So we started strawberry production research 2009, and then I moved my lab to Ohio State 2 years ago. So 2017 onward, the research is going in Ohio State. So if you look at the location of University of Arizona, where I was, and then now I am Ohio State, it's a huge difference in terms of climate. And then I want to show you a chart. It's showing the light. So the yellow one is showing the DLI, or daily light integral, which is the total amount of light available. This is the annual average. And that is something like a 40, 45 moles in Arizona. And then Ohio is probably at least 40% less than that. So it's a huge difference in terms of capacity of growing plants or the capacity of production. And then also not just that, temperature is different, right? And then we have more snow and cold weather during winter time. If we look at the strawberry history in Ohio, we have a long history. I think everyone has that history. So strawberries, before California figured out, the industrial production, every state had that local production. But the local production usually only one time a year, around June, is the production or the harvesting time. But strawberry production is really 1 year or more to get to that big harvest of June. So what we are proposing in Ohio is combining different systems, production systems, in addition to traditional open field production, which is geared to a local market. We want to add something like greenhouse or a tabletop system in a hoop house, and then we should be able to provide local strawberry fruits year-round. So when you go to market, always Ohio-grown strawberries available. So that's what we want to see. And then next year, we will be testing varieties of production systems in Ohio, working with growers. And in that, the moving my lab from Arizona to Ohio, many things we discovered during that time. One of the interesting things I want to share is the fruit quality difference. So we have been doing this strawberry research 10 years now, and then first 8 years was in Arizona, and then we continue doing that using same system, same cultivar, same substrate, same nutrient solution. And then we quickly realized that Ohio strawberry, or strawberry grown in my Ohio State University greenhouse, is much more flavorful. I'm so glad it was not opposite direction. But anyway, so it was much more flavorful. And we tested all the, acidity and sweetness, and ratio is really the one you sense as flavorful. So we have sugar to acid ratio, and then that was much higher in Ohio, and it was significantly higher compared to Arizona one. So we started looking at what is causing this difference, and then analyzed the seasonal data obtained in Arizona, and then identify that nighttime temperature is likely the influencing acidity of the fruit. And then sure enough, we could actually find that nighttime temperature in Ohio was relatively lower compared to Arizona. And then not only that, I think daytime temperature was, in my observation, was contributing, but not the air temperature. We control air temperature in the greenhouse, but we think that fruit temperature in Ohio is much lower than fruit temperature in Arizona, even though we are getting the same air temperature. Why? Because of the light. Arizona, we were using 100% sunlight. And sunlight contains about 50% thermal radiation. So the intensity or the light that is usable for plant photosynthesis is only the other 50%. Versus in Ohio, because we don't have enough light from the sunlight, we added supplemental light, electric lighting, LED lighting. So in that light quality, you don't have any thermal energy coming out, right? It's just in the range of photosynthetic active radiation. So we didn't have a chance to measure, but just by knowing this, the difference, we know I'm almost 100% sure fruits in Arizona was much warmer during the day compared to the fruits in Ohio during the day, even though the intensity we are providing is about the same. So that's a great demonstration in terms of how you can design or influence the fruit flavor and quality by selecting controlled environment or conditions in a controlled environment setting. And then another thing we paid attention as soon as we came to Ohio, knowing that we have to use a lot more supplemental lighting, is the lighting technology. Crop like strawberry, which is a short stature crop, if you apply traditional high pressure sodium light, left-hand side, you are basically wasting a lot of energy by illuminating walkways as well as over the crop. My greenhouse is designed so that the lights are targeted. So we are not putting too much energy wasted over the walkway. And by doing so, you can really save 30 to 40% of electric energy, and that's huge. And then also we do, I'm not economist, but I'm very sensitive to the cost. So we do a sort of quick analysis, cost estimation. Great thing of my lab is we try to understand the productivity based on the light input. So if I know how much light is available in your greenhouse or in your system, I can almost tell you how much productivity you can get from that condition. And the same way, based on the light availability in Ohio greenhouse, I can get the benchmark yield of my strawberry, 7.2 kilos per square meter, which is translated as 1.6 pounds per plant over the 6 months of harvesting period without lights. If I have lighting technology, and then try to achieve sort of minimum level I want to recommend to become very productive, then the yield is going to increase to 8.9 kilos per square meter. So the pound per plant is now 2.0. And then the cost side is much easier computation because the electric draw by the unit and how much light is emitted from the light. So and then also electric rate and everything. And then the cost is about 30 cents per pound with the electric supplemental lighting. So that is, to me, it makes sense. I mean, it probably profitable with that. And then we know that the heating cost needs to be added, more in Ohio situation. But the heating cost is usually a lot lower than lighting cost in greenhouse production. And then strawberry doesn't really require a lot of heating compared to tomato or cucumber or peppers.